a motion to adopt those, we'll entertain that.
Chair, I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Minutes are adopted. Item number 1 of new business, approval of disbursement from District 3 improvement funds. Councilman Crowe.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There was a student was on a one of those motorized scooters in the district in River Chase neighborhood and darted out in front of traffic at one of the cross or kind of paths that it's actually a concrete path that goes from the neighborhood, one of about 2 or 3 to Verner, behind Verner and toward Northridge High School. And it's an area that's had a lot of different safety issues there, and several neighbors had complained, and fortunately the child was okay, but there was the child darted out of the traffic and hit a car. So we looked at trying to do some things that would, I guess, enhance that safety-wise, and there's several things that engineering has recommended to do, and when he gave me the cost, I thought I would just use some district funds to fund that. It's about $4,000, I think, and it's going to upgrade. It's a cut-through, I guess you call it a cut-through, but it's a path, like a concrete path going behind Verner off Saratoga
All right.
and River Chase, so I'd just like to
Cool.
use
Any
district funds
questions?
for that.
So move.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Funds are approved. Item number 2, disbursement from District 7 improvement funds. Councilman Lanier.
Yeah, I'm just donating $1,000 to the Alabama Blues Project. You know, they have kids from all over our districts that participate in the Blues Project, from band to singing. So I'm gonna donate funds to them.
Okay. Any questions?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Item is approved. Item number 3, general fund budget revision number 4, Ms. Standridge.
Good afternoon, Council. We'll
Good
make it
afternoon.
as quickly as possible. This budget revision has 3 separate parts. The first part is the debt that we just issued for the fire station construction, the $4 million. We need to budget for interest expense for the year. With interest expense that has already been budgeted, we will need to increase that by $115,000. We are proposing that come from contingency. That's item number 1. Item number 2 is ambulance franchise, to be able to utilize some of these amounts that have been built up from our ambulance franchise agreement for things like paramedic training and some various equipment. Chief Williamson is here to talk about any of those items specifically if you have questions. The third item is to budget for the schoolyard routes funding agreement for agency funding. This is an amount of $15,000 also coming from contingency. Because we have a calendar year basis contract, we really only need $15,000. We'll budget the other $5,000 to make them have a full $20,000 agreement in fiscal year 25.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Standridge, on the interest for the fire station, you and I talked about it on the phone. Walk them through right quick the basis for making the calculations,
Sure. So
the assumptions we used.
Sure. The assumptions that we used is for from the period of January until September 30th of this upcoming calendar year. We plan to draw down about $3 million of that total $4 million.
And there was a requirement to take out, what, 50 right off the bat?
There's a requirement taking 50 out right off the bat for payment of our issuance costs and then also some of our legal fees. The bank actually required us to take the
That's what I
$50,000
mean,
out.
part of the loan
So
agreement.
those fees should fall a little bit well below that, but that is just their requirement to start the fund. And then we have a couple of other draw requirements monthly, also with the bank. But with the draw period that we are anticipating with building, we will easily meet those.
Okay. Any questions on that? Chief Smith sent in, I thought, a pretty comprehensive summary of the items being purchased with the ambulance fund. Are there any questions on that?
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item is approved. Revision is approved. Item number 4, water and sewer reserve for future improvements, budget revision number 4, Ms. Standridge.
Yes, I believe this was briefed to you during Projects Committee. This is basically a closeout of a project for the US Highway 11 Bridge Utility Project. We are decreasing the project by $7,840. This project is fully reimbursable by an ALDOT grant agreement, and so what we are doing is decreasing our anticipated revenues from ALDOT and then also decreasing the project. There is no change to the bottom line of that fund.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item is approved. Number 5, Elevate Budget Revision Number 4.
If you, so the Elevate budget revision is to close out some of the projects that we have in Elevate that are in need of closeout. This is going to be for the Bama Theater, the TPD hangar improvements, and then our air service recruitment from Restart. The items listed on the attachment will show you the dollar amount. Total added back to contingency for these closeouts is about $170,000.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That moves smoothly. Item number 6, Severe Weather Preparedness Tax Holiday, item, or 2024.
Yes, this is a tax holiday that we participate in with the state. The state allows us to do this, and we just have to tell them that we plan to participate before January 23rd, I believe it is. There is a published list of everything that is included in this tax holiday. It includes things like batteries, tarps, even generators for severe weather preparedness, and it will occur in 2024.
All right. Any questions?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Tax holiday is approved. Item number 7, Federal Transit Administration Grant Award for Bus Shelters. Mr. Lawrence, welcome.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Thanks for having me here today. I got a packet for everybody that was just to explain everything for this. It's kind of short and concise.
Sure.
Thank you. Get up here where y'all can hear me well. Again, thanks for having me here today.
Thanks for coming.
Just for everybody to know, I've already met with Mayor Maddox about this concernings, and basically what we're pleased to announce, we have a federal grant award of $100,000 for bus shelters, new bus shelters, that will go on our fixed routes, which is our bigger buses that you see out. We have 7 fixed routes. Currently, right now, actually, we have about 35 shelters and benches on our routes. We have 200 bus stops. In an ideal world, I guess a perfect world, we would have a shelter at each place. Some are limited to line of sight, at intersections and things of that nature, past an intersection. Now everyone will have to be ADA approved, with the, I don't know the terminology here, but I believe it's the little rubberized mats and stuff for non-slip. So, and thanks to Katie Beth, we've been working on this project 6 months, actually. This is kind of coming to fruition today. We were waiting on federal dollars, and they come slower and slower now. And we're using 23 money. 23 money. We're already in 2024. So to cultivate this, basically we have $100,000, and the Federal Transit Administration will supply $80,000 of that. We've identified the funding source, which has been budgeted for several years under Elevate for transit-specific purposes. This certainly fits that mold. As you know, as you just saw, bad weather tax holiday. We operate in everything. I guess we're like the post office. If it's raining, snowing, and snow's a little difficult and ice, but rainy days and so forth. You see our buses, we're out there. Hot days, this summer was one of the hottest on record. We're out there, and when you're having to stand at just a bus stop with a sign, it's difficult, especially for our elderly. And we have probably 65% of our ridership's over 60. And if you see our smaller buses and vans, that's for ADA involved. So we've identified that we could buy with this money, these funds, 11 new shelters that will be placed. And what we did, we let our constituents, our ridership, give us advice. So we did a 3-week survey with all of our ridership that was both in the lobby, on our buses. We had drop-offs on our buses and at some other stops in town. So we let them. Page 2 is that. We've identified where many of these can go. Some of these you might see on here, right-of-way concerns. That's just something we'll work through. If it can't go there, we might could put a bench there. We're going to work through this, but we probably have at least 20 identified places. Just for some background, and some of our council members have been here for some time, Mr. Tyner, for over the years. And over the years, we bought 4 here, 4 there. Mm-hmm. But this is making a dent in it. We would certainly like more than that, but just as a recommendation for next year, maybe at this time, if I'm allowed to come back, in the summer for our budgetary needs next year, I put $50,000 in next year's '24 budget with the federal government, which would be about a $10,000. And maybe it's something y'all might consider every year. We just put a little bit there, put a little bit there. May be budgeted, for many years out. Katie could address that. But if we keep at this over time, and we've had a law for 3 or 4 years, Mr. Thompson, but if we keep at this over time, we may have at least half our ridership, half our jurisdiction with maybe 100 shelters in the next 10, 15 years. That'd be wonderful.
That would be great.
Yeah, so our request today, we've already done the RFPs. We've got solicitations from 3 of the major vendors, and that's what's required of us. Everything is past the musters, per se, with FTA. But the $20,000, of course, is a funding source that has been identified. It's just we're asking for to use that Elevate funds to the purchase of this, and if that is approved, we would move forward with this. I want to also say that Mr. Thompson's here. We utilize his staffing to erect these, and we utilize TDOT staffing to do the concrete work and the ADA work. And don't want to leave environmental services out. Thank you for what y'all do for us, because we have trash receptacles at these stops, and they come by and periodically get the garbage out from that. And then we also rely, Selva's not here, but we rely on TDOT, for because we just don't have staff for that. But we rely so much on the city services to keep these as pristine as we can and trash free. So, and just one of the biggest things, I love this. They were all pretty much look like this. This is a metal shelter, all metal roofing and all that, and a bench and a place for if you had the ADA, a wheelchair, which, even on fixed routes, we handle that. All of our buses now, as y'all know from my presentation this summer, are all ADA low floor. There's no step ups, no lifts, no nothing like that. So
All right.
we're on top of that. So certainly would appreciate y'all's
100 total,
consideration
80
of that,
from
yes.
the feds, 20 already budgeted in
Yes, sir.
Elevate,
Yes, sir.
11 shelters.
Yes, sir.
Great, good
Yes, sir.
presentation.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate what you do.
Thank you for what
Yeah,
you
thank
do,
you.
Russell.
Yes, sir.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item is approved. We have one more unagended item, and that is, woo-hoo, and that is a request from Mr. Wilson for District 1 improvement funds.
Mr. Busby, can I
Yes.
get a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Rules are suspended.
How about no?
Always one of my favorite. But I did see your request in on time, and I failed to get it pushed to accounting, so.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us what you need, Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir. I am requesting district funds from, to have the senior luncheon with the Benjamin Barnes YMCA Men's Club. We had it last year. We had a great time. We've been working with Focus on Senior Citizens, West Alabama Area on Aging, and we have several people who are going to businesses that are going to donate, and a portion of this will go toward the food, setting up, and I'm requesting $1,500.
Is
Okay.
this the Christmas
Yes, sir.
thing that's been done
Yes,
to us
sir.
in the past?
Yes, sir. It's been done in the past. Well, it's going to be at the current Benjamin Barnes YMCA. We did it last year at the current Benjamin.
Oh, okay.
Barnes
I went
YMCA.
last year.
And then it's going to be this time.
I guess I'm.
Very good.
I don't
Motion.
want to Miss McGee's.
And listen, we're going to have some great food. You better come.
Motion.
Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, item is approved.
December 18th.
That completes the agenda, both published and non-published. Ms. Standridge, can I ask you and Ms. Sheaf, can y'all hit us a printout? So is these district improvement funds, can you hit something that shows us where we are in that?
Absolutely. Would you like it, whenever these are being requested, would you like something in the agenda packet or just like to
Just
you?
give it to us to look at once, say next finance committee.
Sure, absolutely.
And just, I think I got money. Okay, any other items
I know I
of
do.
business for this committee today? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor say